Hey y'all, this is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be ranking the last 10 products that I have reviewed on my channel. But before we get into that, question of the day, what is your favorite product that you have tried in 2022 so far? And it doesn't even have to be makeup or cosmetics. It can be any kind of product that you have tried out this year. Let me know in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, before we get into the video, quick little announcement time. As of right now, when this video is posted, my Etsy shop is now launched. It is live. So if you are interested in any of the products, definitely go to the link in the description box down below and it will be available now. If you did not see that video of me explaining my Etsy shop, my kind of announcement slash launch video, I will link it up in the cards above. You can go check that out. But yes, it is now live, so that is that. I'm so excited. Let's get into the video. Okay, so I was going through, I was trying to think of what video to do today, and I realized that typically when I do reviews, in which I've been doing quite a few reviews lately on my channel, I feel like I do a review and then I never mention a product again. So I wanted to kind of do a bit of a like product review roundup kind of thing. So I wanted to kind of give a ranking of the last 10 products, or I should say the last 10 review videos that I have up on my channel. Now, I will go ahead and preface this by saying that I don't think there is a single product on this list that I didn't like in some way. I think each review that I did for each of these products, I ended up liking the product. I think I ended up giving it at least like 4 out of 5 sunflowers for each one of these. So it seems like 2022 has been a good year so far. I will kind of explain why certain products are at the bottom of the list, why I didn't like them as much as others that are more towards the top of the list. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting with number 10. All right, so number 10 is actually the only product that I don't still have, and that is the Honest Beauty Get It Together eyeshadow palette. So this one is actually one of my more recent. I think I've only reviewed one other product since this review video, so it's been within the last couple of weeks, but I have already gotten rid of it. I ended up getting rid of it in my declutter video, which if you hadn't seen, I'll go ahead and link it up there. That one is just, I think I put that one on the bottom of my list, first of all, because I think proof is in the pudding a little bit. I don't still have it. It was a bit of a boring palette. Now, I said in that video that it was an everyday palette, which I do still believe that it is a nice everyday palette. It did perform well, but for some reason it just, I think it impressed me the least out of all of the products that I tried out of the rest of these 10 products that I have, which is why it is at the bottom of this list. So the rest of these products I do still have. So coming in at number 9 is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Pressed Face Powder. I liked it, but I think I was comparing this to another product which is higher on the list, the Bare Pro Powder Foundation. And this one, it was a lot drier, and so I really didn't like it as much. I will say that the best way I think to put it on is with a sponge. Again, I like it. I think it's decent. And I probably will still continue to use it, but when compared to other products, even other powder foundations, it's not my favorite. Okay, coming in at number 8, this is the Nail Addict Gel Polish. So this is a kind of gel polish that requires a base coat, it requires a top coat, it requires the use of a UV or LED lamp. But one of the reasons why I placed it so far down on my list is just because of how long it takes to do your nails using this product. It's not one of those things where you can just like put a couple coats on and then go. It really does take, like, you have to set some time out in your schedule to do your nails with this. Also, I just hate the smell of it. I hate the smell of it. It's a long process, and I think that's why I put it on the bottom of the list a little bit, because I haven't used it much since. I've kind of been going back to my nail strips that are a little bit faster. Even the nail strips that require the use of a lamp, the glaze ones, those are still a little bit faster because I don't have to sit here and paint my nails. I can just put the little nail strips on, put them under a lamp, and it's a little bit faster of a process. So yeah, I would say the reason why they're kind of low on the list is just they're time consuming. So next up on the list is the Iconic London Sheer Blush. So I am going to admit, I didn't realize when I first tried this product out that Iconic London is kind of in the gray area when it comes to being cruelty-free or not, as it's currently unclear whether or not they're cruelty-free since they haven't provided enough information. Some brands that fall under this category refuse to share their complete animal testing policy or answer questions about their cruelty-free status. I will still talk about this like for the actual product and not the cruelty-free status, but this is probably the last that you'll see this product on my channel or this brand. So this blush I actually really did like, especially when I did that video. It's a very like light sheer coverage blush. I love the color of it. I think it's such a flattering color for my skin tone, and it's very easy. It's very easy to blend, very easy to use. Pretty much from 7 Up are products that I really love, and so they're now like what I love the most versus ones that I love but love others more. You know what I mean? Coming in at number 6 are the Makeup Revolution Hydro Balm lip glosses with vitamin E. I actually have this one on my lips right now. This is the shade Element. And this other one that I really like is the shade Versus. Do these look familiar? This is my Pout Bomb Plumping Lip Gloss from Makeup Revolution. This is pretty much the same color. This one I do really like. I think that the Pout Bomb Plumping Lip Gloss does edge it out a little bit, but I do like this as well. It's nice and glossy. It does last for a while on the lips. It has a nice, wonderful like coconut smell, which the Pout Bomb lip glosses don't have any kind of scent to them. I would say this is a nice gloss, nice to have like in your, not in your pocket because this is so freaking huge. Nice thing to have like in your purse to carry around with you. So coming in at number 5 are actually 3 palettes. These are the Idol Cosmetics BTS palettes right here. So we have the Dynamite palette, the Butter palette, and then the Young Forever palette. So these are smack dab in the middle at number 5. I really like these palettes. I think they are great if you are a BTS fan or if you are ARMY. I think it is wonderful to get these. They're cute. Like I've had them pretty much on display in my little cart over here. I think they have really wonderful color stories. I really like them. Again, I think like I said in that video reviewing them, the Dynamite palette and the Young Forever palette look actually quite similar, but I do like these palettes. I think that they perform well. There are 2 more eyeshadow palettes though that I do have in my collection that I have reviewed recently that I did like more than these palettes, but these are still really good palettes. I think they're still worth getting if you have been looking into them. If you're wondering how they perform well. So one of the palettes that I do think is a little bit better than those palettes right there comes in at number 4 on our list, and that is the NYX Ultimate Queen palette. So this palette right here is 16 shades, a collection of mattes and shimmers. I think this is a good comparison to the Honest Beauty Get It Together palette. I think this is a good comparison because this is supposed to be similar to that one. It's supposed to be like a nice everyday palette, and this one performs so much better. I remember being so much more impressed when I was first putting this one on than I was with the Honest Beauty one. I think this has more shades, if I'm not mistaken. The Honest Beauty one had 8 like standard size eyeshadows, and then it had those 2 long eyeshadows on the bottom. So it had a total of 10 eyeshadows. This has a total of 16 eyeshadows. And that also brings me to this palette right here. So if you're wanting, I firmly believe that if you want just like one eyeshadow palette in your collection and that's it, I would 100% go for this one. This is the, you know, bigger version of this one. This has 40 shades. Again, a mixture of mattes and shimmers. I love the ratio of mattes to shimmers. And they do also have an even smaller palette right here that has 6 shades in it. All right, then coming in at number 3 is what I think is my favorite of the powder foundations that I've ever tried. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro 16-Hour Skin Perfecting Powder Foundation. By the way, I have the shade Light 25 Neutral. I really, really, really liked this. And before I got what is number 2 on my list, I was pretty much using this every day. Sometimes I use this as my under eye setting powder. It really does just look like your skin. and it doesn't have that like powdery look like the ColourPop one does. I do also use a damp beauty sponge to put this on. It takes like no time at all. Really love this and would definitely recommend if you're looking into powder foundations. So coming in at number 2 is the thing that's kind of taken over and I now use more so than the Bare Minerals, and that is the Lip Bar Just to Tint 3-in-1 Tinted Skin Conditioner. I have the shade My Fair Lady, which is the lightest shade, so if you are lighter than me, you probably will not be able to find your shade in this product, but I love this. I have it on my face right now. This just gives such a nice glow to the face. It does have hyaluronic acid. It does have a little bit of SPF. I would still recommend using some kind of sunscreen underneath. It has SPF 11. I love how it says use helps prevent sunburn. That is not the one and only use for this. That is not even the main use for this. I wouldn't say that. I love how it makes my skin look. And I've been wearing this pretty much every day since I tried it. It does not make me break out. As I've said before, I don't break out often, but if I do, it's usually because of a product. It is $17. So yeah, I've been loving this and definitely deserves the number 2 position on this list. All right, then the number 1 product on this list, you guys can probably guess, it was the last review video that I did, but it has definitely already become number 1. It is the Juvia's Place The Culture Eyeshadow Palette. This is such a pretty palette. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, ooh. I did do a look on that video reviewing it with this column right here. I'm really excited to play with the rest of these shadows, and I just feel like there's so many places that you can take this palette, and it has definitely replaced the Weekend Festival palette from BH Cosmetics. I love the quality of their shadows. I have not used this as much as some of the other products on this list. First of all, I just tried it out like maybe a week ago, but I think that if we're talking about like what's worth your money, what's like exciting that's out there on the market right now, I would definitely say this is number 1. All right, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. Go over to my Etsy shop if you are interested in purchasing some wax melts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye y'all.